This is a demo of the new dashboards in Nexport reporting services. So the old behavior of having the list of reports is still there. You can open up your report from here and we'll have all of the data in the format you're used to. If you go to the settings, click manage for my org. And I click widget and click save. Then when I go back here, it will have these widgets arranged in the way that I had already set up with different chart types. So this is a pivot table, pie chart, the rest are loading. We have another pivot table here, and a trend report, a line chart, and another pivot table. So to change the chart type, you click edit. And here we have the name and the description and the type here. I'm going to change it to bar chart. And you can either do a snapshot, which is what this is currently, or you can do a trend, which means that it will capture that data on a certain interval, whatever interval you define here. And then it will display that trend of data that you have. So in the Datasets tab, we have our report here, which is aggregate group phase, and if I click that, then it will open it up in a new tab, and you can see exactly what report you're using, which we have here. And you can edit it here and resave it back. So if I go back here, and so I have phase selected and mean score as this is basically the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So you can choose multiple x and y-axes for the same report. If I had chosen a trend report, then you can choose what function to perform on those specific columns. So I'm going to go back and change it back to snapshot. So I have a bar chart here with phase and mean score, and I'm going to click save. And then you'll see that this is in bar chart form. It's all in the same data set, so it's the same color. And so that's for the different chart types. There are bar charts, line charts, radar charts, pie charts, donut charts, polar charts, and pivot table. So and the grid report obviously is what was there before. So if I click save with the grid report, it will just load that report in line. If I choose pivot table, we'll go back to the Datasets tab. It now displays the orientation. Like if you want the, for example, let me go to a better one. This one, for example. It's a pivot table, and it's pivoting on last name and first name horizontally. So they show up in the horizontal axis. If I added one that was vertical, like email, and then it has paste duration hours, and you can select multiple functions on that paste duration hours by using the control key. So if I control click max, that's also included. And then when I click save, now it has the first name, last name, or last name, first name, and then their email. Which this obviously makes less sense than if you were to pivot on something that's more meaningful to you, like the title of the section. Oops, I selected that as horizontal rather than vertical. So as you saw, like there's 2 entries for this. And if I choose that as vertical, then you can see for each user in each section, you can see their values. This person has, if there are multiple values for a particular column, then you will see this little arrow here, and when you hover over it, it'll show you the multiple values. I'm going to put it back to pivoting only on the first name and last name. As you can see here, different values. If you have more than one pivot table in a widget, then it will stack them. If you have more than one data set in a widget, like for example here, I have sessions, and then I have score. So whenever you add a new data set, depending on the chart type, it will do different things. If it's like a line chart, then it will interpolate those X values into one line as long as they're using the same Y column. So one more thing about dashboards is that you can rearrange how they are placed on the screen. If I click the lock button, which means unlock widgets, I can move them around however I like. You can also change their size, and it will snap to the grid positions. And then whenever I'm done, I click that to save their widget positions. And those are your new dashboards. Hope you enjoy.